Everyone knows that backups are important, but rarely everyone has control about every step of it. What I mean is the typical scenario would be to back up a virtual machine daily and just save the whole package somewhere in a cloud without worrying about the exact difference between snapshots, without knowing what has been backed and so on. This is something BMW faced with their global backup strategy, because they had thousands of virtual machines all over the world, but they had to back up different states of them, also deciding between sensitive and not sensitive data. And just imagine if you have thousands of virtual machines all over the world, what do? Do you back up the whole virtual machine, like 50 to 100 gigabyte per machine, and save it back to Germany in their headquarters? I mean, as you can imagine, this is not possible at all, especially to transfer the huge data sum between different continents and countries. Therefore, a strategy has been implemented to just take the difference between several days, meaning basically oftentimes called deduplication, and just takes the difference between yesterday and today and package that into a compressed format and just transfer this accept to Germany. And if you are wanting to be more specific, you could even just separate sensitive data from insensitive data and just, for example, store the not sensitive data at the backup location or in another data center and transfer the sensitive personalized data back to Germany, to their headquarters. And the way we did it in this example was with HPE, because they had a special server that you can install into the data center, which worries about the connection with virtual machines and the storage providers and the deduplication. But something how you would do this in an open source environment would be, for example, with a tool called RESTIC, because RESTIC can specify the difference basically between a folder from yesterday and today and create, for example, 7 daily backups, and if there's an 8-day-old backup, it will delete it, and additionally, for example, 1 monthly snapshot and 1 yearly snapshot. And there are also several possibilities with RESTIC to monitor the backup process, which is an important part as well, because you do not want to forget about deleting old ones, because then your backups would just pile up and add up to a huge sum of data. And like I said, you could then further split between sensitive, like for the business process, sensitive data and general data. And for example, save the general data that is not too important in a one zone data center, for which we could use, for example, MinIO, which is an open source S3 solution, object storage, and save the sensitive data again in MinIO, but with 3 different data center layer, which basically means that we save each part of the sensitive data in 3 different locations for disaster recovery. And this is what it all boils down to. If we have a good data recovery strategy, we avoid costly accidents or costly restoration things and have the data at hand if something happens. And that is something companies discover way too late, if the accident happened already or if they did not monitor their backup process, because in that case probably millions worth of data is lost and needs to be basically rebuilt up from the ground again. And therefore a good backup strategy is very important, and especially monitoring what and when you are backing up. Actually, you can find some other tutorials, especially about RESTIC, about the MinIO that I said on my website. Have a look around, or if you want, we can have a small discussion about it and evaluate if you have an accident-proven backup strategy. All right, see you around.